We are 20 so on the 2nd of April 2019. Efiamankwa Tamaklo, happy birthday and come on, Mrs. And Kennedy Osenyako, MP for Achimswedro, Deputy Minister Greg, happy birthday so and co and and from Bishop Usu and Santino Dofo Monica of Daughters of Glorious Jesus fame. Happy birthday. And Revenue Furiata, Asempa FM, Adom FM, and Koma Onuankasa. Ne dofo ne nua ba Grace Boadi, so it's packed birthday celebration a lot ahanu say. But on the dark side of life, me ankasa my sister our multimedia hanu say Winifred, you didn't tell me until I got to know ne papa ka baby. It's the late lawyer Samuel Kwame Osei, Wow Multimedia, Winifred Ya Osei, Sales Executive Joy FM, no offer, Prekopeno on also that for me. Winifred Yako. So the late lawyer Samuel Kwame Osei, Nyami Adom 4th of April, and pre-burial service because rotation in Goa Estates, Ghana Police. Peshi Divisional Headquarters Junction at 8 a.m. Na Edna Tumpem on the 6th of April 2019 at the Christ Apostolic Church International Amangwasi Brekum Obronga for 5 to 8:30. Nafi Yahene Nankasa Saturday, April 6, Brekum Palace 4 Court Honum Bronga for 1 p.m. Until Pese Ukotai Winifred Echia ko na enyefe Winifred Ya Osei ne papa da for me, the late lawyer Samuel Kwame Osei. Well, on this note, me assume yonko Kobianim Chief Executive Zuka Group of Companies also wase Mrs. Colette Esther Alandu late also da from Ernestina Alandu mame. So na me adma 6th and 7th of April I will techiman and I'm also mbakwa kope Kobi wase ana Ernestina Alandu also mame ne krabia out techiman. Radiation would not come in times like this. Lawyer Andrew Ajapa Mesa Hatnasi, is it secondary or secondary? Secondary. I want to use the French. Yeah,
that's right. I want to be now work at the phone now.
Lawyer can be experienced because Fantini Mupa as usual. I say, "Oh, yeah, mommy, we do one or say, hey, I ran to the telephone." I'm saying, hey, Papa, we pa, me no have the number the 20 from the carpet. Oh, it was a good laugh for the man. So, telephone with Jesse, you know, I was one confirm experience. Because you're the boss, na kuyesiwa. One year careful because telephone man kasa na one have telephone. Because baby, I must be free banana. Oh, Tinase,
that's right.
But you know, it's part travel and see so that you learn other cultures and all that. Yeah. But Bokodien, you are in the news that your constituency is really booming. Things are good over there, except one of few things that may boost out. The national news is that the Japadia, we are part of a Japadia. That's PDS.
I know quite. Michi waiting for Nkanka waiting for Sikuni. Then Onkadi now when you at the journey pay washing. On the other, because the them asami PDS issues Herald. That was started by publications sometime in September of 2018. First publication Amoni, 17th September. But then with the lawyer for you will be offering attorney-client privilege as a juma mobia, and we here the bottom bedroom na it won't come out. And see, deliberately I've decided that and come on Kasano. But the CCano, you know, I'm being what are politics, and so over the past few days, particularly any day, in fact, last 2 weeks, the initial story no beno on it that I may no baba be owners of PDS, and subsequently was son why the Honorable Ken Oforiata and on Gabiochi Dako. and then front one. And that match the my brother Jina Apostle will issue press statement. Wa recycle essentially Herald story no na wa publish. No me there sometime in 2013 na me MP lawyer ni abrenti ami ejuma na papa kra me ni ejuma Zoom Lion for one my clients the one officers crew oh no so pedo incorporate company and menya man na me ye company the man also menya the secretary na director na me G2 na ye
you're not part of the
at all nanyin mantin ho asem biem ni de muhun de company no or part of consortium of Ghanaian companies are were part of PDS. That's just it.
So that's the role you've played.
Nanyin. But of course, when you be so
before you came into the political space.
Way before, as a private legal practitioner, and even today, I have a license from the Speaker to practice law. Office grow kufum kakra because the time ordinarily I spend I spend it in Parliament. But that's just the role that I played. In any event, the ECG compact, it started during the time of the NDC. Consortium of Miracle, TG Energy was part of it right from that time. All the way up. His Excellency Nana Adom Konaban obeying heritage. Millennium Development Corporation, MIDA, under the supervision of U.S. government, Millennium Development Corporation, Washington, D.C. Now, what evaluation and assessment? In fact, they manage the entire process under the compact.
So references to MIDA.
Aban Obam wahin. But when who mess is in room. And by all means, they have to get some political capital by throwing dust in their own eyes first.
It's not just about the political capital. The reality is here.
No. It's missing no.
But that's why so Udinbem genuinely, and it should be subjected to question. We are doing that.
No, I don't have a problem.
That's why Nipanosu born out of political capital, we will also do that
explanation.
Clearly, I'm saying it's a proud to you becoming
way before
the political space.
Wait. Now, America there, MIDA processes no, and this is the signing Millennium Challenge Compact to Nibiana. Yen ECG privatization, or you're part of the agreement that the ECG, the NDC signed on to, of course. NPP were opposed to it at the time. But you were BB in international law. Pacta sunt servanda. You are bound by your contract. We are a state. And so, what I understand government did in there when you Midafuno negotiating or vary shareholding said that the Ghanaian companies now were a part of the consortium no, will get more equity in it than the foreign company. That in itself is a good thing. Beyond that, am I any?
There's nothing.
There. But that Makano, where who mess and didn't know. And mess and Disney so as director of TG Energy, not PDS.
Okay.
PDS in your company now. What the concession number one? I'm not a director, I'm not a shareholder. Where who mess and Disney TG Energy. Into by all means, economy ado, otherwise associate, now what connect MPP government, what connect Kenofurata will be under the baby or you know, or try to fix a mess in your enemy will create. Gabi, private citizen, by all means, otherwise the prime minister of this country by force. Young constitution, prime minister Omonia Hindi. But that's what they say. Into by all means, jumble it together, put everybody associated, people who worked previously with Gabi in the past. Or say Sophia Kokono. My permission that. Because shareholders now appoint directors. And so if minimum so a director of PDS impose a TG Energy, if the shareholder of TG Energy. Why appoint Sophia Koko as director? And I understand it was even post the closure of the transaction. Do you have to necessarily tie him in? To what end?
Well, but there are still suspicious questions to me. The space is still not filled. There's a missing link. So we have to
missing link behind you. Missing link behind you, baby. The
missing link is there. We'll get to the missing link. But you've explained my concern was how Omode could see so but no what you mean. Okay, you go try one by your you try and come on. All right, so Yasabe Damu Inamasi, Felix Fusukwachi, former deputy minister at Akwaba.
What
about community?
But
constituency saying,
oh,
you say they will see any home more.
Oh, you I need to say I'm before. Now, am I in that Mama Cannon? Oh, it's a tough or papa.
Yeah.
I wash a pa.
Good.
Into Adopay. I then Mijina Aquenje. Na Mijinchia. Come on, Odicam won't go for be. War, yes, when polling station.
Okay, so how can your fan base?
Oh no, I want to maybe to Ankasa.
Oh, I see.
If
na say no free chromo no.
Na me o man hin ebusu. Ensu no ebusu ya na bobo. Oye opinion ko saba. Oye mebusu ampenyo. Oye o man hin su no ebusu ampenyo.
Oh, I see.
Nti oye me nana. Direct ya fula waka baby. Ni nua benyini. Nti ko seche wa yo ebusuafo wo ha
se entan kofia
na problem enja ji moko de biara moko na eja edwuma sam na batatu no
maka de ya
entan kofia
mama se entan moko pa na jam mo kwa che che mi hu bebe mi fia na mo boa
we have to go okay say we come chrome yes very important
mama nchi am penyofu bi kaka mama nchi a oye Mr. Baini oye branch chairman Titi one of the branches and Mr. Mamu also branch chairman Mpensenpensenmu.
Okay.
And manga some was nibi me uncle bi of friend Jerry Kojo Ata.
Okay.
And ekoyi ohiaba so a opanyin bi our friend Afarijan Oza akoten wo branch edwumanum pa
and EC chairman
Afarijan because do eladachi bi pages of EC chairman because this no yam there and onye Auntie Cecilia no women's organizer Auntie Cecilia so me aunt
okay
wo ohiaba
all right
and chairman Amwa ono na wo patoako ono onye manga neba ye me namesake wo friend Felix me sure that no pay orehwe
okay
and last one on my ado de be yam on yasem kakraba wo friend Ima ayi.
Okay.
On our lucky spot, our Abrabando.
Okay.
Michia Hunina.
Lucky spot. One of my bet now.
Enyo. Maybe
primaries. One of my bet. So what you in command?
Enyo mete. You omahin. Ehu. Oye nkomuza mobotode. Otoda na oya asefem kakra. Hwe moten de say was oman hye wonsa. Ode ebuman no edema Ghana fu nyinara na oman ana nyipa wowo oman no mu nyinara imbu oman na indua oye akwenja Ghana fo woda ama won ana tuma woda hye wonsan na nye nzeye a obama won krofo nkotin wa yeyi ona oye friend nepotism na se kura oye MPP chairman Freddie Blee odekuba abekan also friend clanism oye ebusuya amambu na kokofu bobo amambu won chemfa amambu. What's the then Electricity Company of Ghana? Ejuma kesa otedom. Se ekwana abeda ho ma ye de keshe ankrankransa ana ye nye America abana ye hyehyɛ ma ye de behye ankrankra wonsa. Ye de ne mu chefa bi a oso ye. Ye de ma ankrankra bi a ye nyim wa abakosem wo oye enyinam nkandea ne dwumedi ho. A de menyipa yi se ekoma wo ye nyipa a wo hye MPP amayoku nim. What's the no banidom? Echi so ehwe oya company a e ka ho asem ya. Ehwe na abakosem na nenzi ya. Bibi anyi wo kire de owo sabio nyimdi anasu ehun. Ana akwenja ana ahokadze maboni be friend resources a odizi dwuma oti dem se onye bo a wode wo ho wode akobo MPP a nche won ben edwuma oti dem ho kwani biara do nti onenye ohawa Ghana fo wo nti na woreka hwe oye akete se ofere to fa akoko menyim ne ye pa tama mko kie nuasi na ohobi se onye na yonkofa onye MPP fo wo oben gabi so pa nche ye dem a nche she is nowhere near such a transaction.
No, but that's very
no, I'm not saying men kade or your lawyer men kade sebio ebia or more brand which I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. You're on America. But America de ehwe na abakosem ehwe ne nhihye ehwe adza wa ya. The
deal is bigger than her.
Definitely. Ebiom hwe nipa what tie dem adwumaku n'echi. Na bisa ho de ECB a ehya ase de ye nsantwe adwumi. Ate dem nkofu wo odin wo enyamakane a nhihye ho. Se ye ka companies a
Oma being
wa ben wo dem nhihye ho a even you share Ghanaian indigenous companies or dem company e be fa na ebiom meba
Ghanaian indigenous company
meba ebiom ehwe ebra was the dem company na ehwe ECG ne kesa a oye na ne bo a oso ma hen na edwuma a o de new company o be ya sabio dem company o de ka fa ho na enti se Ghana fo wore ka wodi ka sabio o ma hen ye yam moframba sabio so bo eze ahwefo we nyima ye yam kwaseafo na wodi bibi aba kata ye nyim wa ye nzama won obenya mfaso efim na Ghana fo nyala wa abre because o mampanyin Akufo-Addo on 17 January 2016 ogina oye Kumasi Sports Stadium ken the ono no ba on ye family and friends government ntini ye hwe enyim de the manze ye a koko football ba wosesa o man na eja padina na akaze wadema ebusuafo na yonkofo no ye obotwem dam PDS hyeedi obono kra ehwema oyaza oso enua
basis for ebon say
nipa na waze edwuma na ahye won san wonye nipa a wo maboni friend track record because ECG onye sabi onye apampamu store what's a what do you think?
Probably just an input. A track record no has not got to go. Maybe this is a suggestion. A track record no so who has nothing to do with yes already. It could be putting expertise together, forming that company and making sure you get what you want and deliver.
If you're promoters of the company, when you nara common denominator, MPP. So wa bani wa mba power nche wo nya dem akwenja.
Okay.
Onyi den nche oban dem.
Amane.
Oh mam kama asem bi. Omahin. Wo maboni fe no common denominator.
One thing identifies
Adzekura okan wo nyara bom onye MPP. Se intina Ghana fo wa adwenu onte no ho no asem yi ho. Nipa dodo na wo hwema no pe wonyim. De se onye MPP a na Akufo-Addo oba pa oba president a. Nche dem company wo nya akwenja otedam. Usande clearly wonyi abakosem na ahokeka wode be ye adwuma ina nyipa a wota echi no so oye MPP fo a osande wonye MPP fo impanyofo wa yonko fenti ina we nya adwuma de ote
okay two things
say member na onyo no pe ehu onye dem PDS nhihye pe ina dem kokofo bobo clanism na family and friends yo na onche bia ya edensem bi abotuga ehwe kwana o mampanyin Akufo-Addo na ebusuafo na yonkofo worizo man yewu na bibiara a oyede sikefimu ba oye oman na edwuma no wode ma ho mo ya wa osebefem enti edetoto ensam okegina Kumasi okan anohoba a obo Ghana fo de onye family and friends a etumu de wa dada Ghana fo ma yense esifo.
Okay, but let's also be careful say enei nyame ye wadom na ba Ghana mampenya by virtue of me your yonko amene wakwa aba no me nya kwanya mitima ba ya adwuma
motende hwe motende yenyim mpanyofo a sebio wa ye adwuma a wo mabodi fe no track record wo botum wa ye MPP fo say de adwuma hye nensa obi enyi wo beka ho bibia because obi abo ho de yede osafata ntema nka ne de say MPP nya ana ye NDC nya enyi chefa wo oman ni hyehyem osande bia wonyonko bia na wonua bi yo mampanyi nanso bi onyi si preponderance sazen otuatua dodo na dogs dodo na bibiara kedi nkrofo kakre bia wo be no mampanyi no ho a na oye problem.
So that's what is happening.
That is what is happening. Eyi do oye kakra be obroni so oye tip of the iceberg. Say ye room ye domo esuko na ye ka nsem orokodo kirewa hona wo ben oma nkankan oye yen energy sector ya ye ka ho asem. Ekokwohwe omampanyin na ebusuafo na ne hunyipa wo dima wo sembefem. Na ebe baba ma da to gba mampacho ansa na mabado no. Omampanyin di nsem bi to gba dapene we to. Okay, fine. No problem. No problem.
Omaine any anom end this oni hwe ka. Oni hwe. Nti one can someone think of one na woni. At the time that consortium no will participate in the bid mida will manage and all abanum no now nkoflo were MPP for right, but they participated at the time that NDC was in government. President Akufo-Addo na yankofo ne nuanom na namba na what formed them company no what started there what participate in the bid in 2015 or say 2014 at the time. Let's get serious. What's the nkofo woni capacity or than Miracle na or your lead party in the consortium no. It's a power producer of Philippines. Ghanaian entities are working on expertise ana enimdino or than Ghana hire one power distribution company or electricity company of Ghana. Also documents na nankasa yenye America fo gitum there. One phone share ubi na yemfa company no ECDM financial no. Yes, ye pede Ghana fo ka ho. Now, Ghanaian expertise are all power distribution only ECG. Inti, what is the meaning? Say you know NDC for catcher and there. Ghanaian companies are one them Philippines power distribution company. What for me? Consortium. Waka bedin woni nimzi bia. Abe nimzi na wo hwe de obenya. Abe nimzi wo electricity tonum. ECG nkotin na wo ye wo Ghana krom hai na. Na wo expect the Ghana for no obenya. Amahine enimum. You've known me for God knows how many years. I can tell you on authority that smoke screen. Sabrofokan smoke screener. I'm telling you, Felix, look. You can about to my here from the timer process was started. Say, Omampina Akufo-Addo ba banim. No ka sign agreement with America for. And now America for manage the process no. And now according to ono MPP for waba together. Now Omampin under his watch. What the company now share MPP for Nsema. You may be entitled to that claim. I don't have a problem. Meaning argument be.
But this is Mida.
Mida at the time I wo na wa banim. Na was started. It's a matter of fact. Record now. I will pay check. Be able to make a check. Inti MPP full na was started process no under President Moss. Mahama. In any event, I will inspect any of the shareholder of TG Energy or any pop. Nizin na mampeda mo to because of the privileged information. If people want to find out, they can. It's only one individual. Director. That's who company. About to appoint to be on the street as director. Say if you be krununa or when you see me about to double blow my wajman way to puna. I'm a lawyer ni no sir the minion company secretary and director man. Yan companies regulations more from the first directors. At any time you can be removed and new people appointed. At any time both my appointed directors so for a account. And so if the shareholder no of the company no why exercise and I don't even know as a matter of fact there indeed why appoint Nkrofo additional as directors and they may be sent there. Obotu will send them updated from 3. Nanke me who status of the record okay or send about but mensanke yet. But Okay. These are things that you can verify.
So we'll verify.
What information regarding Obia or your family and friends, and let them put it out, and we will interrogate it. One track record, what money you see, they be a macon, yen mass bayo. A chroma hand yet. We lived under your 8 years. Who 8 years are ban? Kind of thing na. Yen short memory, ya was Susampara, the present, Mahama. Or do train on one. And okay. But Bijumsu one short memory no longer than 8 years. So we know what happened under your watch. Yet Kromaha made all sorts of allegations. What's what called USA? Securities and Exchange Commission. Since 2017. Still one back.
Okay, but Honorable Mesa, on all political fronts, we expect that at the end of bad, it should minimize.
On the market there, man, on the market there. On my name, say, but some became but say,
you talk about clonism, you talk about cronies, you talk about nepotism.
Many problem.
And all parties have suffered.
Remember, it be some, yeah, it be some assembly. The most unity, na say, we be dumb and pina, in your con, there be a juma or abanuma.
They say, Minyacoin.
So what's the issue? So what is the issue? Issue on your hand. Ain't I gonna fool? Sabiwa, Obia Lankavana Tanfu. No, you want to bubble man.
You also don't take too much advantage.
But Matasi, I don't have a problem.
Abuse the privilege.
But you see, a bed in the determined abuse.
Oh, you can draw the line of abuse.
About line, never draw.
You can really draw the line of abuse.
These are people what requisite competencies.
It doesn't come in because other people are coming with same repetent competencies. But we argued on these same lines that we are not engaging ourselves in ebushane namfufone yirenomne ma amemu. That's what the position of the country is. Nepotism, cronism, clanism, now the latest one, should not be encouraged by any form or whatever shape in this current Ghana that we have. But it doesn't stop you from also appointing and engaging those you feel and think are competent enough to help the forward march of your administration. The abuse is
relativities, no, we can debate it.
Yeah,
as to whether say 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we can look at 50, it. Yeah, we can look at it.
Yes, and then we can have it. Yeah. I don't have a problem at all.
Mine. If you are into me, they say you your man paying Nebusiania. Na say you win na a woman, but you friend track record. Now you want my friend objective criteria. Or yes, she say, yeah,
okay, young cook breaking brasses here. Yaba, ever try and come on. Da Munina Masi, Yabeda, in Mekwahudo Social Excellence Boutique here down as a Quanson Kuso South near the Lucky about for so as is a Neo Mosua so Quanson Kuso, any in Mekwahudo Akanyana. Say one of yours. Because I mess around and say, na area of Felix Quachi for so a one say, yeah, twa, say the be a Ghana be a pono, a best son in yet me a call a year name. Suku from Quadan some more in Totroso training, nursing training college. Good morning. One of my principal, Alhaji Majibra Musumo should be a Damasipa. Felix, now also quick one, then we can move into.
You being Kades a Ghana, maybe a MPP. Ana uhunyi panyo mampanyina or de say bibi wona esefata do waze mawa ma yemfa ma ana yenjin fiunsi na moment say o mampanyin na ne mpanyinfo wodua oye tuma eza hye wonsa na woye nzema obema wankoten we busuafo no wa yonkofo ediye ya on na bonyu friend conflict of interest and abuse of power ono ne yare kan say oye yi na oye krupa jibotum ye buenyu egodo but e onye kro hwe omampanyin ogina kumase na o hyebu o say I will not operate a family and friends government dem da no so o launch attack o ka say oditi a dem brand no mampanyin omampanyin mama na ye there ono na o cheche contract na dem asem se bi onye no kwar but o kan editi a maame dem ta no omampanyin mama ne ho nyipa pa o na abanim ye maame Joyce Bawa o ye friend the maritime lawyer of 18 years standing. Oyen Deputy Minister for Transport. Now so basha Ghana han some work king. Family and friends. Mo man penyin akufado or the year campaign issue. In or share him what they on ye. Oba be me abazi ne yehu. For the first time na nkasa ne yefu mo ba. Wa appointing. Wa Creative Arts Council. Now wa fasenom. Now wa fasenom wo ye onom. Ni ministers wo nuanom na wo mba na wo mbusuafo. E kana be 65 family and friends of the president and the ministers na what na benim unprecedented.
Okay, so there's a lawyer message raised the point that as a country that line I bet draw say it's an abuse where we fall into this.
That is the point, but you are clear abuse.
Let's start discussing it.
For now, you clear abuse. Say the ECG the part the ma ankranko eduma na company bi a market wa.
Let's lose sight of the Ghanaian factor.
No, it's and actually there are several Ghanaian companies what capacity. Even so, what you do
me worry they say media is no small an entity. Unless you have the government experience.
Ghana. Bibia you are bampedo ya own to me.
Okay.
Man, I'm catch up. Including even influencing the courts.
Okay, so good news is that Nana is soon, and I'm sure probably my belief is that Dr. Baumia should speak to that on port, on the dollar. On
yeah, and before pede ye bonsem ye zema ho because omampenya announced the ebia we better import duties mwa sabio import duties no cost no one no dey onye omampeni
omo fa hwenka mo na mo je
nti won fa hwenka ho abali nti na woto do
Ghana fosu say ebo no akosoro dodo
nti won fa hwenka ho a osi da na ebo no akosoro asem o dey ebisenyi e won dey adokro ho mo nye dey apart from the fact that one modern one on so anyone wo ye maboni friend terrible at governance one sanson kan no carry nkam aba benim abaye hihye ya wa ama import duties wa akosoro ti ye kan ese mfa hwe nkam nti mfa hwe nkam a aden nankasa osiwo na okro soro ana wa ye hihye ye bie ni bi akuro friend the benchmark system ono ye kwan na wo fado wo sese duty a nipetua ena akoso wa friend no cargo tracking notes epa Google bon de gutafo what see mo kind of them benchmark system ya what they calculate duties eno onye cargo tracking notes wa ama import duties na akoso ina echi so na say sida oji nsemu ono so ye wa asuja wa de nche wo hwe
those two introductions in there I'm sure it's checking efficiency security and reliability is not adding up
oyedam ndama ibasin eno ama duty no akoso because time oba abam na duties on them it wants to say direct government policy and direct inefficiency direct mismanagement wa ma sidi no akofom na wa kan da menza ebie ne ho a wa ma import duties no akoso yakan asema yake no waka eche he de o na ebribe we twem na manfo sabi wo wia o man sika import won declare ni nyina nti wopede wo pay oye importers sabi wo pay ho na ewi nti abaze no wa asese nti a ended on man so battle
because for instance
ana sisi ade underhand dealings nkodu bioma na ana sabio ewi na wo de pay importers since awon ye wifu bioma na atna ma mfie bie abebrese na oyawa importers afemin wa se won adwuma wa ma nzama bo akosoro na ehun de elections beba next year nti idimeka kegina eyi petemu de e better import duties do because in him there the man about that. What about 2 years na 3 years a man for wage abebesa we adwuma say adwuma na wa say ne botum za abre hom bioma e ka wa importers wa abo en wona wo ja one containers what the chaban obeda one sack wo sika en o ma hin Ghana fo o de yetu ye ho fo MPP aba no waka asam kra na wa ye the exact opposite e ka ya 2017 budget finance minister ka che ye nyinara the way you import duty ni bi efido moboa waso wa ato do moboa ma aboso kayefo wo bo say wo ye party wo be ka che dey hon kran MPP campaign wo contributed 200,000 Ghana cedis in 2016 inti abana ya agema we nyu agi wendi boso mo kropo no wo sha ase wo rusu because import duty even though a minister okay there wa ato do okroso inti say abenye wona me ya hwe ye osanda nyipa aboata owo wa Canada ohun sonso na opi nechi ono so dan chena onye import duties pe in already Ghana funya already businesses na importers nya waba abemu what the eto ahoro aba ono so wa beka import duties no ma edwumayefo na businesses worbe ekro di kanye VAT watum by 5% na osan the one pedo wabeka no kra kire yinti what the keshe mo offer national health insurance levy in a get fund inka no na nyina aka ho no ye 17.5% VAT watum odoko 20% but wachi me so be ya I mean na we hu echi but oye 5% increase in VAT say asma make it why you them boa in August of 2018 after where media budgeter minister already go Association of Ghana Industries what show nkrata was the command minister the demand na why yen one cost of production oye e kawa wobon wo won fi adwuma ho wa akoso by 5% on inti say one told that wo be pass and I was be ma yen atofo ma yetu akaw ampa so waye ma bibiara no ba akoso okroma on echi no was the luxury car tax aba them luxury car tax say wo car engine oye 2.99 cc rekosola capacity about you between 1,000 to 2,000 Ghana cedis afibiara say ko renew road weather ma oroku amanfo ibi owa owo pick up bodua bia odi yeduma on efu do onya luxury car sebio cars ya wode twi ejana na ipo was o luxury car tax ma ono so wore jewon sika orubu edwumayefo wo konim construction cars a wode ye construction a wo engine so ahwian wode twi dem cars o luxury car tax na so aban so luxury car tax because the engine so ma ono so wo rutua ono echi wa extend oye national fiscal stabilization levy yet about 2013 sunset clause in a share December 2017 or the year if you into a friend sunset clause minister ne ben oye can offer or be catch in 2017 budget mu there dem instead of 2017 obeyin oh you will defend to next year 2018 obeyi 2018 so or be catch in 2019 is one come okay so that one o menwie maba wo wie so another one special import levy also sunset clause on when yi we defer into so ho echi so wo say Ghana for body oye corporate tax oye eto a edumayefo nyamfaso a wotue wo bate o do fi 25% about 20% ma edumayefo wo da ye one calculations one ye mo wo ho ina ni nyina nkanfu aso dollar ya ofi 4.2 okro be 5.9 wakepe bose bi wode be ya o ma ni mudo a wasan origin se mu biomu ono so orubu Ghana fu wokun inti se eba na ebe ye nhehye bona o ma ho chil no ohia ba Ghana fu do o ma importers wo demia na wo tua duty sometimes 52% 75% of one import value na 2 years 3 years wakan na ente na etwan my election eba na ekeji na wo dey ebe to da menji de bia bobo nso mamo okay na Ghana fu sisi adu wenyu ato ma onyim de President Akufo-Addo na MPP.
It might not necessarily be because of elections.
Oh, now about
it's because
Omanhin, share
abain tie timemfo.
Time was asked the work.
Yeah, so let's
saying just last month.
Also be careful.
Last month
we don't stampede with election.
Omanhin last month nkotin. Owura kan ofuriata. Okejina parliament. There import duties what to do by 75%. Now, or your cheapest in time I end this one. Me was there was something you know.
Okay, my importers will come. This release from the Ministry of Transport temporal ban on the importation of excavators. As at its sitting on 27th March 2019, Cabinet placed a temporal ban on the importation of excavators. This has become necessary following government decision to regulate the use of excavators, especially in its efforts to combat the illegal mining phenomenon popularly referred to as galamsey. The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and Ministry of Trade and Industry have taken note of this directive by Cabinet. The ban is with effect from 1st May 2019 until further notice. The public is hereby urged to take note of this directive. Kweku Ofori Esiama, Sector Minister, Transport, and Adiaba. Yakwaba, le mesa ene mitwaswa. Well, a few man called the King's Bite at Bremi and at Esterand. So on the occasion of their birthday, they are celebrating Ghana. Good. So this is all about the birthday. We pay.
So I mean, three.
Hey, no, proper local content, no.
Real local content.
Yeah, PDS. We go to make sure proper local content.
Okay, let's yeah, Baba.
It's propaganda when you are.
What about local content? Lawyer Mesa, your local content. Local content. As I get to local lectures. Lectures give local bottle to why the lecture.
Honorable Kojoba Ochiao.
You about Honorable Kojoba, sports council.
Sports
council. Oh, okay.
Oh, Honorable Chairman is it?
Now, once I'm looking, sit down.
Oh, but send me a clear.
Is he work clear then? It's one.
No, yeah.
One not the
Deputy Minister for Agri.
Yeah, Kennedy.
Yeah, and then 40 years.
Oh, 40 years. Eh, me the son now.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I see.
Yakopona kaso bongo ba no mo kwatintin. Nyansa na ejuma ye zasu o man Ghana.
Yeah.
Before I call to the substantive issue, mon debunk comments kakra rather Felix Omeki. Also, aban or increase VAT by 5%.
Just much that, but in real terms, no, it's 5%.
What's the studio? How we use word with there? Sabi wa yen kwasiafo. And see, I guess I'm mutum.
Yeah, Sabi.
Sabi. Yen kwasiafo. Mine. Tax. Or ye strict law. At Maza.
Yeah. A toy,
yes. Law strict. That essay tax here 5%.
A 5.
Or ye 5%.
Me faculty can be because I'm
what to VAT him 5% will come ha. This was some.
It's not the case.
Into why does not what to VAT him?
Why am I first clandestine? Why am I first? No, but a toy on that score. A toy. Yeah.
What he made a categorical statement.
That's correct.
That Abana to tax him 5% VAT. Let me be so there. And before me be so question, no more premise. The tax is strict.
You share down.
Eka 5 or a 5, Eka 6 or a 6, Eka 7 or a 7. What to VAT him by 5% will come ha. So why are you saying that what to VAT him by 5%?
But defense law is
remember,
yeah.
You educate listeners who viewers.
That's perfect.
In Shashia ban or simple. VAT or 17.5%. 17.5% no. VAT ankasa or 12.5%. Now get fund levy 2.5. Now NHIS levy 2.5. Ekeni na boma 17.5. Now VAT or your value added until we apply tax no on value ever add until say a deduction of input VAT na output VAT na difference no itu amaban 17.5% ni na what they apply on the input na ban decided that look because of challenges in your NHIS funding on you get fund and on account no yen decouple NHIS on you get fund in free VAT na yen ye on no straight levy are on your subject to the input output mechanism no na yen ja 12.5% na or your VAT strictly speaking VAT yenja ono are subject to input-output mechanism. That's what happened. So that you need dedicated funds to meet yen NHIS no get fund yen educational needs. Na yin asamo si na ni no ho atwer a padisi oboy okruma ha. No dede. Of course, the effect on consumers was going to be high. But
that's the question.
Remember, on the market there.
What I was coming to.
You educate Nkofu.
But the law is clear.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like an increase in VAT.
To suggest there aban what to VAT him by 5%.
No.
No. Two, finance minister on a baby on there import duties were reduced by 70%. He hasn't said it anywhere. Oba Parliament number one. Statement on making it there. Am I in it here? Say importer items be or porter. Charges be. Apart from import duty, or your one line item.
Fumigation,
there were import VAT. No kakao miscellaneous ECOWAS levy, AU levy, no kakao items be. Including port charges. No kakao. As my finance minister can do that, look, because of introduction of paperless port system, no, charges at the port, one kind import duty has been reduced by 70%. That's what he said. But beyond that, import duty 20%. It's high. I agree. And then the importers what started the war complain. Yeah, yet a chroma. Na aban ba MPP aban bay or amend income tax regulations no rules no law to give some relief to any animal import and zama aboso kai. Correct?
Yeah.
But the effect was not felt. Why? Why? Because in 2015, now I signed income tax amendment law. Was the ECOWAS common external tariffs no? Was the share schedule no? To take effect in 2017. Or increase basis of valuation significantly into import item at X amount. Ghana revenue for our figures are what the value item be at that. The introduction of that tax by the passed by your government or increase import what you call it valuation of items in by 35%. Into relief aban under the Nakufuado other importers no was wiped away completely by the introduction of the common external tariffs in March of 2017. It took a while and the government realized what really was the problem because everybody was asking that ya pass amendment you reduce taxes on import of spare parts. So why are the importers still complaining? And the government had to set up a task force to investigate why them effect no in your normal, and they know it. You can call any of them and ask because they had series of consultative meetings with the economic management team. And so in na ninkabom no, of course you under an IMF program. Revenue na no can win now was being monitored strictly in accordance with agreement signing. Inti Abane take a decision that you be a comprehensive review of yen import duties regime. It's the highest oil politics in So, assuming granted, oil politics.
We will not grant that.
No, remember,
grant that space. About to us because NBC comes to power.
They
will do same development.
As some American, granted oil politics.
Yeah.
So the people of Ghana should not benefit.
That's exactly what I was telling him. That's exactly what I was telling him.
So what is he talking about?
That let's move from that politics.
No car, the oil core. no kono ekrope, and I expect that Ochina more light. Economic management team will throw more light on them issues. Magana fu na yenye won tase. Be me yefi yerba na be me yebodu. Okay. Na ma ye da bo e mani no ho ban. And going forward, me ye be ya Ghana oba for ne tampo we fra. Ye ntumi enkodo yenye etim na akam. Akoyi some onsi. Ni na ya kaka ho. Remember, one last point. Ya can import duty reduction. His Excellency the President will indicate there. And in fact, Omeki, Okada me first time was State of the Nation address. The AFIM complaints a yenya nazi nano aban or your review of yen import duty regimes and on cheribia yebohu no so no keshia yen an more one no one mostly and one way exporting zama was a banty and some bisan no bo pay no on assurance there ekon biado aban region ujuma and on cheribia dam eyina no ye de botuga luxury vehicle tax or your import duty import duty. That's the taxes
exactly. Additional taxes about all kunipa. You see, affecting business. That make man can or import duty.
National stabilization levy or your import duty. Or your import duty.
They have messed up because you went out of the normal way.
Okay,
we are discussing
in any event.
And then
National stabilization levy. One or passe.
Fantastic.
And now, a certain for a certain number of years. You see, Felix, say a managed economy, factors P occur into it. I can sign on to IMF program. Indicator titsi on your revenue. O revenue targets no emit. IMF wojina wokondo. Aban bottom we eliminate special import levy. No. So what are we talking about?
But the conditions were there that harsh?
Absolutely, because revenue, Ghanaian revenue.
There was no space.
I can't find. It's only no Ghana of what I said. Look, and yeah, Abana we introduce the largest social intervention policies or impact nkofu pi wana brabo o manim. Unprecedented in the history of Ghana. Ope how odamanu nkofa. It can never be. Because abana ope wa hawo no almost social reliefs. Now our tax wa kan. The man one more social reliefs. What to electricity prices do? Otuye number one school fees, free SHS. On my nurses and teachers training allowances. Bed na or relief on Ghanaians. Now I don't know so they meow. How? Fact on the ground no, does not support it. But you under an IMF condition. And to me meet two revenue targets. A captain no one akade well munkofo taxes no doso. Inti special import levy no. Makade meye fio at the end of 2018. In Zimri. IMF aben also. On a secret sir.
I see.
Inti Aquaka signed extended credit facility for 3 years. Target in a meet. A fairly poto. Aban fufraba. Onye me fat no ho. Watre e kona. Nkode ye fodo ye de siesie ndi sikasam. Wentum wanye kwasa wo abanim. Na one more option. Hey. Either there ebe extend my yashema yes, ya bo mo we yes in zamani na another exit says ya.
Okay,
and I we choose option or because say exit at that point consequences for her.
Right, yeah.
Enti oya ye nuanom no wakasa ehu nsam ne yenimo pi hwe ende wosun dumso by all means they want government to publish timetable so that I'm when you some waka e na me try there mo ko bofo na me break na me defense last week mo share recording of program na mo na bofo no
Baba Hill, we do. The last point.
Government don't publish a timetable. I'm when you be waka check
No, but
do something no kuti. But o mahine timetable bi alamba.
Okay.
O Sunday. O Sunday. Abana indicate there. Usunsoni bi wo gas wo western regional wo ye tying.
Okay.
Na mmom no ya to fuel ye botum as a power ye implant no chinchina won publish a timetable won publish timetable of here
but Reverend Gatti, good morning. Also Wajibra Oshebi, you've lost your father-in-law Wasi, the late Mr. Robert Kwesi Onoma, formerly of Downwell Insurance Takrade. Say a member of your power Omo so much sure Masi Ambassador Francis Abaka, Ghana's ambassador to Sierra Leone, and Very Reverend Kwame Gatti, Superintendent Minister, Methodist Church PCA, that's my good friend, and Commander Kofi Apia, Ghana, Commander Kofi Apia, Ghana Air Force. Okay. Oh, this man really gave birth to women. Mr. Robert Kwesi Onoma, late. So Mrs. Rosemond Onoma Apia, children, Mrs. Justina Onoma Gatti, Mrs. Cecilia Mansa Abaka, and Mrs. Yakoba Banks, and Ebusha Payne Kwesinya Meche Commander. And well. So I'm admire Bethel Methodist Church, Takrade, 7 a.m. this Friday, and the final funeral rites at Sports Club, Takrade. And so, yeah, we are just about wrapping up.
Am I enjoy 15 minutes? Sure, man. I want to make the cancer me the several pen. Ghana for your young Cassia. MP before bed dada. What two whom to man with the good wa back a cancer opposition, what about power, what about someone on the account? I catch the winning me abacusum. In your enemy abacus, the young in chum. Share Messi. What to VAT 5% through the back door?
Yeah, that's what, but let's establish
one fact. I'm not sure, and your music always can put you. I'm sure, baby. Time I will year mid-year budget for last year. And I yet see young and see. There, VAT. About to make 17.5% to 20%. The time for a minister for health, or the memo akama or Mpensenpensenmu and Mpensenpensenmu for the national health insurance. We hear sika mawadashi. We need more bogunti 1-2 VAT. Mawuguha wo bobo. In here na your opposition yet say ya ye raising. Na what's the sign she said? Me so be ya one can there. On in here you predicting no album. Into VAT or 17.5%. In a NHIL. In a get fund come more 17.5% or your value added tax. Them working input and output. We are not at all difference in each year. But what I get in there was you just car said the 20% or about for 2. When you there was the 2.5% na can no of any VAT. I'm after back the Indian minority for years beam. Into what chim. Na we NHR na get fund why understand the loan taxes why and direct taxes are sika obenyan obey the same as an increase of 2.5% in VAT. Wow. Just that they don't want member mama ka some na sabio enyima asen ma me pocho mama come ask Messi in the owie na asem no ase the effect. What is the effect of an increase in VAT? Dey benye sika edibogu futu. What is the effect in separating NHR and a get fund? They benye sika edibogu futu num. But on part of a friend of VAT, based on ya, one man here about the body there, you're predicting or what? On your first time in your share, me cabinet memo be. Sorry, IMF country reports of 2005. Time what's the NHR ban? And now, what position and now Kufuado will lead Committee demonstration against introduction of VAT. But what be na VAT or 12.5%? In a IMF, what be catch on they needed to show up revenue into 1 to 15%. but we catch IMF for them because of one pass with VAT into one friend VAT. A month will be both with our friend NHIL. It is in that memo. It's a bonny friend is subterfuge. In that da, I could see some oh, Mr. Broad, now, or my Mr. Broad. Okay, so my mention open source.
My viewers in your way.
Or my mention open source. Dr. Manibuama. Or true book be as news president. The memo no scanning more. Or be all them copy of that book. Go to wash your crap before me the memo. It is a fact. Them time I'm so sophomore. No, your finance minister. It's in your first time I wore that Ghana for you. It's in an anchor the effects. One pedal of a friend VAT, so that one cade opposition for you debut.
That is all. He talks about the effects.
And I'm sure there. That is the reason why what to feel.
Are they banning Yaku could do to tell
when Yaku could do that is all. That my way be 2005. When Yaku could do one friend of VAT or friend NHI because I the same thing, the same calculation, the same value added tax now. What friend be before. That's all. Just that the effect is the same. Honestly, you make import duty some or the there 1 2 no yeah share onya no share guta one na an offer wo ho one what wo ja ho no onyi be so hye one fa guta wo yeah press conference wo krom ha mo di two gba there benchmark system o man pini akofo do da ban olizi woninya first say wo kraze wo de ba first no wo kraze wo de ba o man hin
yeah
wo kraze wo de ba na wo calculating wo fa dozen say bia mpaboy ya me sei e de ba wo fa ne dozen na wa ajo 0.2 cents wodo since ya no wo yi na wa ya ne pay 0.2 cents ono na wa ma import duty wa akosoro good afore kan into benchmark system pana wa fa do sese taxing and import duty na wa ma wa akosoro wo wie was the cargo tracking notes another nhyehyɛ aba ono so oma oye import duty akosoro maguta they are on record Inquafa I say Yamahon. Ewankasa they are on record as having complained about the margin. Yet it's here you deny them in your daughter them. Meanwhile the facts are clear.
All right.
Remember, in a dollar so okay. All right.
We are wrapping up here.
And to my information, baby.
Felix Mpensenpensenmu.
No, match him.
Okay, so and at 10 o'clock live on Adom TV, Pampaso, the Ghana Police Service aired in Chemu Brain. There's a press conference on matters of NAM1, Ahmed Swali late, and other matters of relevance. In common in Chemu in Abebrenti, and you have to still keep watching Adom TV.
And to my them benchmark revenue in a cargo tracking notes in a CIDA. Now was in our perform no I can't boom my import duties so time importers were complaining about some work catch when the CCR the one sub 1 year we say move now ban should move French into CCR on them elections benti waiting when for 3 solid years.
You still insist to say
that is the only reason why. That is the only reason why. Otherwise, since the time importers was as the work custom natural will be tell no why you be afam. We born we were power we. Since your lessons about the 1 year you fubium, into since you review. About review no be.
But the former president, which is your party flag bearer, Eka said he will not be just deterred by those commentary, then by the MPP that or Yempujuma or Kati or because of amendments or elections. Because countdown to election, you do a lot of things at the same time.
In Pujuma, I shall say the answer elections, but Red Hospital, I shall say 2014. Red Hospital. You offend then, University of Ghana Medical, I shall say 2013.
All I want to say is that we don't stampede government progress.
Yes, I say 2013, not election year. But my member, I'm asking or you blame IMF conditionalities. Me can catch your last week, time I'm back there. IMF program there, you're it is the 16th time. Before then, you have IMF 15 times. And so, Mpensenpensenmu Mama power. MPP under President for you call IMF 2 times. Into IMF call away on your bond. So, you have the bond and one could be. Now, what position would Gina or your platforms do? Mr. Safo Mafu, Dr. Baum in a honorable to say. That what they will review the IMF program. Check that what so your papa will go to him. What day IMF or then end 2017?
Since your review,
what does it mean? What do you mean you review? You review what? Say as any papa,
so,
what do you review?
President Maham also review SHS not about cancel.
Oh,
no, I just wanted to know. No. What's on the back?
Mamen kamasa. Wojina ho, no ya de papa or ya de bon. Ya ba ye botwam. Asafo ma na original platform do reka. What be adi or don end 2017. What try ko 2019.
What the benchmarks?
Omayin, wo
You didn't meet any of them.
Me ba hwe or ya kushisem. Mamen ka bibi ncho. Last week, Honorable Dongo expose finance minister. What the master mean? IMF we meet the conditionalities. Work beside waiver. Work a patch all the ADA to me into more may and yet. And IMF is okay. You did not meet the requirements. Into Jedem as America there, you met it. You didn't exit because you met it. IMF what country report?
That cannot be correct.
IMF will issue report.
That cannot be correct.
That cannot. Messi.
I will not challenge you on any other matter, but on this matter.
Messi,
no.
What is the reason for your challenge?
No, the reason for my challenge is also that I am also holding something to my chest.
That.
For now.
That.
But the outcome cannot be correct.
No, Messi.
That they could not meet the conditions from exiting Ghana exiting.
That cannot. What I'm telling you is that your conditions, there are conditions why they meet. When to me meet into across IMF there, the year to me meet into one fancy henny and film. IMF is a wave. As an American, or IMF will report him. But we be na ha wakasa dema and one will 2 me will meet in IMF one call. On ya no kwar. Ebiom, them revenue as some king. Sebio, Adom and Mpensenpensenmu Mahama. Other taxes be ya. Dr. Badwam kejina hode. Taxes and taxation is a lazy man's approach to governance. Na NDC yen taxes is the bubu mana. Inti honor or the luxury tax, President Akufo-Addo say or the luxury tax bar or ya papa Mpensenpensenmu man. Say or extend or ya fiscal stabilization levy. No be ya additional magana fa Mpensenpensenmu. Say or increase VAT by 5% through the back door Mpensenpensenmu because onya revenue. IMF will hear revenue.
But I'm not sure say in governance backdoor is a good practice.
And I message them, you see, or your subterfuge, and I'm a there was a way them, based on by ya, I will not me, young wait you, but you knew them not. It's an Ankasara Kassan. Oh, yeah, I see the effect of what they had done. What is the effect? There will be additional revenue. Mobwa. Inti, see a better na my moon there. Now, I say, it's now walk with EMT town hall meeting. Dr. Bamia, ya crowd and papa.
You should speak to the issue.
What to me was Akoshi will win power. Last week, remember McCain. This time,
the
man peddled falsehood.
When you told us that baby wanted
the man peddled falsehood.
Were you lying at the time?
Miss Odakoshi.
When a catcher gun of that baby wanted
the man peddled falsehood. Odakoshi. Then he will not increase taxes.
Admit it and left. Did you like the people of Ghana that baby wanted?
He peddled falsehood.
And then Kakoshi sama.
Oh, Messi, I'm not coming to me. Messi, Dr. Bamia Odakoshi.
And this Odakoshi sama what baby wanted premium.
Okay, oh, Messi. Please, you can't take it because mechanical question.
Oh,
Dr. Bamia Odakoshi opposition no about on tax. Odakoshi there about on Bobusa.
But that can also not be correct.
But that is what is here.
No, but that
say catch him there. See, catch him there. Sikawa Ghana.
If you want to,
Mama Kamasa
Dr. Baumiani Nanado Danko for MPP. They have not run away from what they said that Sikawa Memha.
Oh,
yes.
It's a
so push them to the world and remind them.
It's Sikawa Ghana ha. Them 80 billion na Bobosan.
Oh, but clearly you've been in government before. In fact, deputy minister. So shoot them with their own words.
Dr. Bawumia, and that's what I'm doing. No, a deputy governor, Bank of Ghana. Mpensenpensenmu Akufo-Addo, or minister for 7 years. And I want to wa ba Bermuda. And I will be Gina platform local chain in this car and so on. And the Wabosan 80 billion. It's Messi would that machine was the check.
Okay, so China, what's your expectation?
Messi China, Oba Kama can offer attack and the same false
action oriented.
Oh, Messi, one verdict has been passed. The day Ghana city, or the worst currency in Africa, they were exposed that they were flat footed. We in GBR one day. I'm telling you. No, say. Make up about one credibility. In some of what can. Okay. What begin a while? One moment, I bet you do okay, change the woman. I bet you do. Oh, member. Let's see. What begin a while, okay, change there. One more, I bet you do the woman. Would you boost a one moment. That day. Ghana city, the worst performing currency in Africa. And now, almost beer who the winning they were badly exposed, that they were flat for the one and foam. Winning biara. Inti the verdict was passed. Inti echina bibi enu obeka obe se bi na adwen. There he lacks the competence that he claimed he had.
So
Inti iyan ya krado.
So what I'll do is that
so obeka se mu biara no ye no kwara.
If the verdict has been passed off a power. Member team na about 10 people. Metro MPP NDC. We have one to basket.
Oh, what's all the it's
so wrap up was. When you a matter of Wakasa, or say, the hand say, the Mujina saw Modiba, a memu, yes, so educate us on that.
Yen promises they make it to Ghana for now. We are on track of delivering them. Okay.
Oh.
But they have
their mandate.
What mandate? No, you won't find yesterday 1 yard. You are in your third year. I go back to Franopa. Say, Besimoda in Cheshama. Share. See, you know what? They have 5.595. But never catch them there. You have a mandate. You didn't have a mandate.
What can the one bubble same fancy? Borrowing to spend. That way now. Maybe able to now. Class 2 year old child. Now, what is it? A trouble say you fool to my Babu Sunday. On a trouble say you fool to my Babu Sunday. Borrowing to consume. In your Babu Sunday, you see, yeah. Abandon one was I. You are borrowing to consume what to Zikanugu. That's all. After I say you fool, a fetus can do what we can do. Moko Kumasi. And this was a benobe on your sheet.
Kumasi Central Market. Oh, 298 million. What they were here for? Muhuni. What by a patapo or Mobu? One more patapo. Oh, Menka don't get one. Oh,
Kumasi Central Market.
No, by your Bibia. What's the Bosana Bond? You are accounting for.
But the government is being responsible by continuing your major projects. That will where is the infrastructure to show? Am I in? Not
Busabia, Manobobo Biano, or you're tied to a specific project.
Okay.
And see what's the end here?
Oh,
that's a fool.
Over here, 80 billion in 3 years.
It's time to put that a man 80 billion. Oh, you know, show me. As of but as of last
your constituency is okay,
I mean, constituency or MP only constituency.
Send me my own
constituency.